Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Market Mates episode. I'm going to just get in the routine of throwing out a disclaimer at the start of this episode now that we are on podcast as well, because unfortunately people can't tune in and see us all visually. So as always, nothing on this podcast or live stream is financial advice, guys. Please, obviously, do your own research. Any expression or any idea suggested by Craig or myself or any guests is not financial advice. It's for education and entertainment purposes only. Craig, mate, how are you doing today? Market holding steady here. We're seeing Tau absolutely rip overnight. It's up 14%, Hyperliquid up 7%, Virtual up 6%, Render up 4%. That's really showing you where the money is starting to head towards that AI narrative. You've also got Monad up 9%. Zcash, privacy is another meta that I think we will be talking about in the future, up 4%. And lastly, Fetch AI also up 6% today, Craig. GM to you, mate. How are you going? Your family left yesterday, is my understanding. So a bit of freedom now, but also time to start learning and diving deep into this bear market.
Yeah, man, GM Greeny, G everyone, GM. Yeah, dude, mum and dad left yesterday afternoon, so I got to get stuck in. So yeah, Spotify's back up, legends. So we're back up there. So apologies for the delay. But we've got all the missing episodes back up on Spotify. So for you people listening there, good news. Everything is back as per normal. So this will be coming to you in the next hour. So the news will be relevant. Yeah, I'm good, dude. It was nice to have the house quiet for a little while. And then my mother-in-law arrives at lunchtime today. I'm for a week. I'm like, holy, it's just that it's grandparent season, man. So they're coming to see their grandson. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, dude, market looks good, holding steady. Lots of AI news to talk about. Testicles still pumped. I managed to take a little bit of profit there, which was nice.
Oh, really nice. Did it get over 10 mil or not?
I got to 11 something. So I shaved a little bit off and said, thank you. I'll take a couple of SOL back into my wallet. So that'll be nice to have a bit of SOL that I can get rid of. But happy days to see that pumping. Yeah, let's get into the news. Actually, Greeny, before we get into the news, how are you today, man? I know you've been a busy boy as well.
Yeah. No, I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Yeah, just kind of in this no man land of just waiting for the house to, like, for the tenants to move out. So we're kind of like, well, hopefully they move out before our lease ends in sort of mid-May, because then we'll have to get an extension. Then it probably means we might be out of pocket even more because we're like not closer to the end of the lease. We're starting a new lease agreement. So yeah, it's bit of a stressful time in that capacity, but I mean, there's not much else you can do. So it's just keep building out GTG and content and whatnot. So I've been focusing heavily on GTG and excited. I mean, I probably could say, guys, you can join GTG now for a 7-day free trial. So if you head to gtg.education, you can sign up and have a 7-day free trial. So you can check that out if you want to as well. But yeah, I launched that only literally the past couple of days. So okay, yeah, it's something a bit different in a bear market. Just get people in there, check it out, see how you're going, and then from there, yeah, feel free to continue joining if you would like after that point. So yeah, exciting times. And yeah, I think it's interesting. I said in the chat too, like I'm starting to feel a little bit bullish, Craig, which means I need to be more bearish. Like I look, as I've said for a while, I still think we have a lot of time left in this bear market and we have a lot of time in this reaccumulation zone. But there's a lot of things that I'm starting to read and a lot of on-chain analysis that I'm starting to see. The fact that we're holding up this range really nicely is also a big strength when it comes to potentially bottoming sooner rather than later. So I actually clicked buy on a few tokens over the past couple of days, Craig. I bought a little bit of stuff because we've seen a bit of volatility recently. So I did buy some Tau, actually. I did buy some Tau yesterday at about 309, and it pumped obviously 14% overnight. I don't think it's the best entry, and I think we do see lower. Hopefully, we'll probably bring it up on the show later in the episode. But yeah, I did buy a bit of Tau. What else? I actually bought gold because gold dumped. As always, not financial advice. But gold dumped. I was like, you know what? It's not a bad level. So I got a swing trade open and also bought a little spot gold as well. So yeah, I've been clicking buy, Craig. First time I clicked buy for a long time. I don't think I've clicked buy since, I don't even know. I mean, I bought a bit of Bitcoin. I've swung trade Bitcoin a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong. I bought Bitcoin at 89, swung traded to 95. I bought Bitcoin at 65, swung traded to 73. So for me, yeah, it's the first time I've clicked a couple buys that I may be happy to sit on now for a little while, which is interesting. I'm also considering selling my Pudgy Penguin.
Oh, here we go.
And buying a V1 Punk. So I am thinking about quite a lot. It's funny. I actually jumped on with another friend yesterday. And They brought up a V1 pump, Craig, and I was like, oh my God, there's signals. I don't think they're going to pump crazy, but I think there's good value there. And we spoke about that. We did speak about that. So yeah, no, I'm doing good, man. I'm starting to feel good. Finally had the best sleep in about 2-3 weeks last night. I went to sleep at about, I'm going to say 9:50. I read for a little bit. I read every night. Highly recommend you get reading. Literally calms your mind every night. So I read, and then I fell asleep at 9:50, and finally only woke up at 5:45. So I had a good sleep for the first time in a long time. So I do feel good. I feel better today. I went for a run last night. So hey, I am being good, but I've got my mates, one of my best mates, Bucks parties this weekend. So that's just about to absolutely screw me, man. Like,
oh no.
Hey, sorry. This is hey, you asked how I'm going. This is how I'm going.
Bucks party's amazing.
Oh, dude, it'll just ruin me again. But the not even like just the whole like party scene. Like I'm not much of a partier these days. I used to love that when I was younger. I mean, 3 years of it at college, but more so, we wait. I have to drive from like where I am in the Sunshine Coast all the way into New South Wales and play golf at 6 a.m. on Friday morning. Yeah, so that's why I can't do the show on Friday, because I've got to be there at 6 a.m. to play golf. We're playing 18 holes. We're then obviously going to probably have a few business and whatnot that night. Then we back it up. We play paintball at 9 a.m. the next morning. Then we're out again all day. And then the boys will probably want to party that night too. Dude, I'm going to get back on Sunday and be absolutely wrecked all of next week. I don't know if I can do this. I'm 31 on Monday, bro. I don't know if I can do this at 31.
Yeah, man, it gets harder. Yeah, you're at that stage of your life where it's heaps of 30ths, heaps of weddings. You haven't hit, and Bucks parties and stuff. You haven't hit divorces yet. You will in about 5 years to decade. You'll see all the divorces roll out. Probably, I reckon, out of 10 of our mates, 5 are over, maybe 6. So,
wow,
yeah,
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, bro. Divorce rates are so high these days. I won't get, you look at things like OnlyFans and stuff. And I think that's doing it, dude. A lot of these guys go and dabble elsewhere, get caught every time.
It's horrendous,
like, guys, anyway, so guys, if you're out there and you're married, probably try and work on your marriage before you go somewhere else and try. The pastures are not greener, I can assure you. I've seen it time and time again. So be good to your wife, be good to your girlfriend, and vice versa. If the girl's out there, be good to your husband or boyfriend.
Yeah, man. There's nothing, and we'll talk about Claude. There's nothing better in life than a supportive partner in a relationship. Like, trust me. My highs, she was there for me. My wife, my absolute, I can't even disclose the lows that I've been, because they are like very low. And she was there for me. And like, she could have left. Like early on, we were 6 months in. I had one of my biggest lows, and she was there to support me. So that I was like, holy shit, I need to marry this woman. And she's just the best thing that ever happened to me. So yeah, couldn't agree more with your statement, Craig. But let's move into the show. Huge updates across the board with AI, Craig. Claude just continues to literally outpace OpenAI. It also outpaces now Hermes and OpenClaw as well. Just really. Anthropic have really just taken the AI narrative, the AI adoption by storm, and are very much listening to feedback and going, well, hold on, what can we do to improve the user experience? And we reached out to a fellow creator, which we spoke about previously on the show, Chris Coffey, and hopefully he'll be able to jump on as well, because he's been doing some tutorials across YouTube, TikTok, and X around AI and automation and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully we'll get him on the show soon as well. But yeah, Craig, this is just crazy. I mean, new Claude code. I mean, they're shipping stuff every day. I wake up every day and I see a new update from Claude. It is getting crazy. So basically, this one, new in Claude code, is auto mode. This is crazy. Instead of approving every single file, write and bash and or skipping permissions entirely, auto mode lets Claude make permission decisions on your behalf. Safeguards check each action before it runs. This is getting crazy. It literally does. Auto permissions more mode enabled. Claude will make changes without asking. Review comments will be shot to you before pushing that update on an app. Craig, if you're a builder, you should be using Claude. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, what are the safeguard checks that it does? Does it do that prior? Like when it says safeguards check each action before it runs, does that do a dummy run with you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty nasty.
It says, "Hey, this is what I've done. It does work. Do you want to approve this?" It still does. It still gives you the final signing off, kind of like like you come in and you, as the CEO, you're like, "Yeah, go do this. Give me a contract. Bring it back," and you go, "Yep, yeah, all good. Okay, sign off." Like
that's
you
pretty
still
good,
have but that's crazy. Yeah, it just means you don't. It's becoming more automated, like we've been speaking about. AI is moving into more automation. I mean, yesterday we heard the NVIDIA founder said that they do believe that AGI is here. And so that's really interesting. But I mean, the theme of today's show is Claude, like Claude is replacing jobs, and I've got a clip here shortly. But will AI really replace investing in crypto and stocks and trading? Like I want us to have that conversation. But here we go. So this clip as well, this is really interesting. Anthropic CEO, 50% of all entry-level lawyers, consultants, finance professionals will be completely wiped out within the next 1 to 5 years. Grad students, junior hires are absolutely cooked. I mean, it's proof of the pudding. Here's the clip.
So just to back up a bit, I've been working on AI for 10 years, and probably the thing I've noticed most about it is
maybe turn it up a bit, Greeny.
Making progress. 2 years ago, it was at the level of a smart high school student. Now it's probably at the level of a smart college student and reaching beyond that. And on one hand, I think there's a number of very positive things that are going to happen. I used to be a biologist. I think AI has exactly the kind of skills that are needed to cure important diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's, to provide cheaper energy, many positive things. But exactly those same kind of skills, things like summarizing a document, brainstorming, putting together a financial report, makes me worry a lot that entry-level jobs in areas like finance, consulting, tech, many other areas like that, entry-level white-collar work, I worry that those things are going to be first augmented, but before long replaced by AI systems. And that,
dude, that is crazy. So he's saying 20% unemployment rate due to AI. I mean, Zeneca literally said the same thing 2 weeks ago on our show. He says there's going to be mass unemployment. It's going to be a mass. What is that spam on YouTube, bro? it just in the comment section. It's crazy. But it's true, and I agree with both Zeneca and obviously this comment as well. Like, but like the question is, like Craig, the Fed often and the RBA here in Australia, they make decisions based on unemployment rate. Well, they've never had to do this before with AI basically replacing jobs. Like, what's going to happen to the world? Is it like Zeneca said? It's going to be hard for a while, but then it becomes more seamless. But then there's like, what happens to the world? Do we all just like, how do we make money or how do we live if AI is replacing all of these jobs? I don't know. It's a very interesting dynamic. Very interesting dynamic.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't really know what to say. It's hard to predict. It's so hard to predict what it's going to look like because it's so different. It's so new. It must be like when I keep referring back to this, when engines came along, when it was horse and car. And it would have been so hard to imagine what an engine could actually do for the world at that time. Because at the time it came, people would have been like, oh, okay, I can get from here to there faster. But what they didn't realize is soon enough we'd be flying in the sky, man.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. So like it actually changed more than just getting from A to B. Then, then machines could come in and start manufacturing for humans, and humans weren't required to do as much manual labor. Unreal, dude. Like, this is just such a massive change for humankind that, man, 10-year-old Craig watching Terminator 2 never thought this would happen. And 30 years later, we're here. Like, we're not quite to Skynet sort of stuff, but like, I mean, this makes sense to me. I know some entry-level lawyers, you would too, consultants and stuff. AI probably does replace a lot of those people, dude.
Dude, can I say, like, it 100% does.
And I don't want to sound like I don't value what they do, but I want to say a lot of it is they know a little bit of information, not a lot, and they basically bring data together and present it to you. But now you can get AI to correlate all the data, like I did with my insurance claim.
Yeah.
And dude, that worked beautifully because it read the contract. It gave me all the bullet points. It came back in like 5 minutes, man. A lawyer, I would have had to email them, wait a day.
And thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars. Then they would have got back and gone, okay, it's going to cost this. Every time you email back, it costs. AI, I can refine for free and say, oh, no, can you check this more? Can you check that more? Wow, dude. Like, I don't know about 50%. That who knows what the number will be, but yikes, entry level is going to get pumped.
Here is evidence from a friend in the space who has been on our show multiple times. OSF, CEO and co-founder of Rec Drinks and Rec Token and Rec NFT. Claude replaced 400,000 worth of employees at my company. Here's the breakdown. I run Rec Drink, 6 people, multi-million-dollar revenue. 2 weeks ago, I get Claude AI access to our entire operating stack. So Slack, Gmail, Notion, Google Drive, Calendar, Klaviyo, and told it to learn what or how we work. And here's what happened. He basically built a company brain, saving $40,000 to $50,000 a year on knowledge manager time, saving hundreds of hours of work in 4 hours time just by a few simple prompts, saving 60 to 80K a year in ops coordinator time, saving 240 hours a year of internal Q&A eliminated. He goes on to continue, result of the call, over 10K in fees removed. 10K saved me directly one meeting, time saving 6 hours. So not only is it saving people in real time money for their businesses, Greg, but it's also saving time. And as you just spoke about with the law, and I still think there's going to be places for lawyers, right? Like they have a niche, they need to sign off. They are legally the law, right? They are the lawyer.
If you're going to court, you'd want a lawyer there, not a
lawyer. You can't be like, hey, sorry, can I just pull up a computer and just like Claude, Claude's just going to fire you, and I'm just going to sit here and Claude's my defense. Thank you.
Maybe one day, though. Maybe one day.
It will be one day. It will be one day. It will be.
What will be weird is, and this possibly will happen, even judges and things like that might become, this sounds, on my palms, this sounds scary, or maybe awesome, is I guess with decision making, if you can remove the human element of emotion to make a decision, it would probably be more impartial in theory. So it wouldn't be crazy to think instead of having a jury, you might just have AI overseeing all the proceedings and going, that makes no sense, defendant. Like,
and in real time. Like it'll listen to everything, analyze everything in history, analyze future scenarios, prediction models, and go yes or no, or this is what I believe. Like, yeah, dude, the world is heading.
Does it remove corruption? It can, can't it? Like in a way, like. But
it'll be corruption in a different way. There'll be
correct. Yeah, I know.
It's like the evolution of like blockchain, right? And Bitcoin early days was what do you call it? Silicon Valley, Silk Road, where you had all the payments online. I mean, you still have it with like Monero and stuff, which are untraceable because they're privacy tokens. Actually, privacy tokens, I went to maybe consider buying some XMR. Dude, it is so hard to get access to XMR to buy it from a spot perspective. So
is it?
Yeah.
I haven't looked.
I need to find a trusted exchange or place that I can buy it and then send it to obviously my wallet. I hope my wallet can take it. I don't know.
That's almost bullish. That's almost bullish. It's hard to
exactly.
Buy.
That's what I thought. I was like, it's going to be hard to sell, hard to buy. That's bullish. And privacy is becoming a big thing in this world. I mean, that's why Telegram is dominated because of privacy and because it allows users to just privately go about things, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, back to AI specifically, like, it's fascinating. And I really want to go on this point. How do you think this impacts markets? Like, do you think it just really weeds out crypto? Like what do you think? You obviously have an extra decade of experience on me.
Yeah.
You were around a little bit more when the tech, like I was part of the tech era. So like I was pre-tech and part of tech when it grew up, but I don't quite comprehend it from an adult perspective because I grew up with it.
Yeah.
How do you think AI impacts markets, investing, trading? Like there's already algorithms out there. And I mean, I saw a clip yesterday saying that technical analysis is no longer an advantage. I would disagree with that. No, and the person, I can't remember who it was. It was a top hedge fund manager came out and said, 20% of people use technical analysis now. I was like, dude, that's still a huge edge because still people get it wrong, right? So I don't know. What do you think? How do you think AI impacts crypto? Markets in general, investing and trading. Like, I'll let you. What do you think?
Wow, that's a big question.
Chat, what do you think? Chat, let us know. What do you guys think in the chat? Like, what do you think? How does AI impact markets?
You'd think it would make possibly, I don't know if I want to say volatility less, but it would mean that you've got bots that are trading in and out so fast that micro profits become, I guess profits possibly become harder because you've got these bots trading, front-running humans getting happy with 0.001%, but 1,000 times a day.
Yeah, arbitraging millions of transactions a day. Yeah.
So trying to get a 50% swing or 30% swing might become you know, we might speak about it one day and the new people on the block might be like, oh my God, you got 50% in a swing. Whereas now a big swing might be 2%. So, I don't know, dude. I guess it makes profits or volatility less, but does it make it less? What do you
Does
think?
it make it easier? I don't know, dude. It doesn't make it easier to read charts. I don't know. But like AI is not going to be like Testicle, for example, and shout out to Bone Man who's in the comments as well. Like for example, on a meme coin that's pumping, like AI is not going to impact that. But like I think it might impact assets that are at an institutional level, right? That are traded with futures, that are synthetic based on derivatives, that have millions of people, if not billions in time, in buying in, selling out ETFs disposed. So yeah, I think I don't know. I really don't know. Like, do you lose an edge as a trader as AI continues to emerge and people just look for the, hey, I've built an indicator, I mean, there's that many out there already that try and sell you that, and not many people still purchase them. But I mean, I was looking at one a while back, and they had like an AI algorithm that would run, and I can't remember their returns, but it was decent. I was like, okay, well, if you had like 50 grand spare, you could probably throw it in there and not worry about it. And 10% yield. I can't remember what their ROI was, but yeah, I don't know. I think does it clean up the charts or not? Does it add to more manipulation? Who knows? Who actually knows? Market makers, like, I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, I would think the market makers are doing this already, right?
Oh,
They're already running bots.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Bots have been around a long time. Bots have been around.
Yeah, like even Busy's got his own bot. Slinger's got his own bot. They're refining their own bots every day.
I wish I was building a bot. I'm an idiot for not ever building a bot.
Possibly. Yeah, we probably are idiots for not doing that, to be honest. Busy's cleaning up. I was speaking to him yesterday about liquidity pools.
Oh, dude, we need to get him on the show. We need to bring him back on the show.
And I raged him going, what the hell, dude? Because he was explaining to me how even if price goes down, he can still come out winning.
Yeah, because of fees, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So he walked away, even though the chart went down, with thousands of dollars. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
How much is he putting up to earn thousands of dollars?
I'd have to see. It would be a reasonable amount of money, I think.
Yeah, it'd be 10K plus, surely. Yeah,
it is. I believe so. And then he was like, "Dude, I came and spoke to you for hours." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I've got to go back and redigest."
Actually, I watched that video too, but like, oh, dude, we need to get him back on. We need to get him back on. I mean, with you and me would be good because you can probably pick his brain as well. He will come back on. He's such a legend. But yeah, as far as AI and what it does, I don't think it's going to take away from traders. I think what's going to happen is traders who don't use it will be at a disadvantage, probably, like with the fib retracement tool, right? I think it's more going to be, the skill's going to be in how you use the tools versus the tools that are just out there. The tools being out there aren't enough because people still don't use TA, man. So for me, it's like, not everyone's going to take to AI to do this. And the ones that do will still fail. The ones that get good at using the tool effectively will thrive, and probably a lot of people who use it will probably still fail, like with every other tool, because the skills with the trader, what one man can do with a spade and what another man can do is two different things, right? So I don't think this will eradicate traders. I think it will just make traders forced to become more tech savvy. I guess what I'm saying is just raw dog traders like me using fib retracement tools might be forced to evolve. Yeah, you have to. I mean,
forced.
Even traders, even because more data become, like, that's how it works. A maturing asset class, more data, more analysis comes available, right? So, for example, like, you can open interest in Delta, like a CFD. You can go and look at what is happening in real time. Are these short sellers? Are these people longing into position? Are these derivative orders that are getting taken? Is this actually spot accumulation at these? Like, you can now dive on chain or into these analysis and actually look in real time what's happening on a 1 minute candle, on a 5 minute candle, on an hour candle, and see, well, if this is happening at a particular level, like say Tau was to pump to this high time frame range and Delta was to go in a particular way, well, that's going to insinuate one way or another. It's probably going to mean you should probably look for a short here because it's going to retrace, or it's going to be continuation high because there's X, Y, Z is happening, right? So it's kind of, you and we speak about this often, Craig, and it's proof with the profits that we've made over the past 3 years is you've had to be adaptive. You've had to go searching for opportunities. You've had to use a fundamental understanding, but also a technical understanding with the charts to dominate, because you have to evolve. Otherwise, you stay in the status quo, and the status quo don't make money. And I think that's a really good lesson in itself, right? So I get excited because I'm hungry. We have the time, we have the desire to improve, and I think that puts us already at an advantage above the status quo. And if you keep staying towards the top and above the status quo, you're probably going to win just by naturally seeing more opportunities come across your desk than the common person.
I agree. And it also reminds me of the time, just thought about it then, when ETH meme coins were big, no one was using pre-Maestro. Everyone was doing it manually. Oh, you'll remember that time. So we're on Uniswap swapping, right? Yeah. And what I would do is
slippage. Oh my God.
It was wild, man. Doing it real raw dog, like doing it manually. In fact, if we could go back to that, I'd actually enjoy it because I was probably better than other people at doing it. So I had engaged it. Yeah. And I would be sitting refreshing my Uniswap screen to actually see how much it had gone up because it was so hard to track. And then Maestro came around and changed the game. And what that was, for the people in the room who don't know what this is, it was one of the first Telegram bots that came around for Ethereum meme coins. And at first I was kind of resistant to it. I was like, no, I'll just keep doing my Uniswap stuff. But after a while, you were like, man, I have to go to this because these people that are setting sell limits who are able to get in and out before I can. So then
in auto as well, make it auto. Yeah.
And you could auto adjust all your settings and things like that. So this now reminds me of back then, but just in a faster, bigger, more complex way. And it just reminds me of that moment where you actually had to go to Maestro, and then from Maestro came BullX, Photon, Axiom, all those.
Yeah, dude. I mean, all my tutorials on YouTube back in the day, literally. Yeah.
Like, you think about how simple the Maestro bot, it was like a Telegram bot you went in, and it was so like, looking at it now, you'd go to it and go, how did you guys use this? It's so like basic and ugly and like pretty rough to use, versus say an Axiom or BullX or Photon, which is so clean. The terminal's beautiful graphically. Maestro was text-based. So it was like using DOS. It was cool for a bit. And you had a massive advantage in using it because it took people a while to get used to using it. So anyone who went to it straight away just cleaned up. So I'm guessing the same thing's going to happen here. The first mover advantage will be massive here. And then people will go, oh my God, if that guy's using it over there, the only way for me to compete with him is to use that tool, because you just can't compete with that stuff manually. So I think over time, we're all going to have to go there, but there will still be profits to be made because the best traders who use the tool the best will win, and the crap traders who are always crap will just probably stay crap.
And I think that's what I might have just clicked on the wrong one here. Yeah, we're going to talk about Circle shortly. Nick Buckland also comes in. I've seen Nick on the channel before. Thanks for tuning in, Nick. Personally, I think AI will increase the gap of top traders and bottom traders. That's pretty much just what Craig said. And I agree, because people learn to use it as a tool or as an understanding or implement it in ways that other people aren't, right?
The cream always rises. It's just whether you're part of the cream or not. I intend to be. So, I'll be forced to go here. But that's okay, man. If anything, it's probably exciting because it gives us something new to learn. And you and me being full-time in the space, I want to have information to digest. If I don't have information to digest, I get stale and I get bored. Especially at the moment when there's clicking buttons buy and sell is just not there at the moment. It's just not there. You've obviously just started clicking buy and sell, and we'll get to this in a sec. But at the moment in the market, it's boring. I can't imagine too many people are having a ball out there, right? It's pretty boring. There's not a lot of opportunities. There's not a lot of things to research. Well, there actually is a lot to research. It's AI. That's about all there is.
I actually dropped a token in GTG yesterday that I did a bit of research around. So yeah, as I say, there's far many opportunities that come out of the bear market, and that transition period from a bear into a bull is my favorite period in crypto, because that is the true upside potential playing out after a long accumulation, after a long corrective period. And if you can capture that trend shift from reaccumulation to breakout bull market, oh boy, the opportunities are endless in that market, Curry. The end of 23, start of 2024, my favorite time in crypto. So
take me back. Take me back.
I mean, Craig, it's nearly here again. I'm gonna say it's probably going to be, depending on how long we stay in this range, and if Bitcoin does not go below 59K again, sooner rather than later, if it does go lower, which I still think it needs to go a little bit lower, 50s, maybe 40s. Q1 next year, I'll say, is when we start to really see market structure break and high time frame charts be like, we could start seeing a reversal here. It could happen earlier. Don't quote me on that. Obviously, time and analysis changes, but I still think bottom for me for Bitcoin and crypto sits around Q3, early Q3, late Q2. Reaccumulation period, breakout of that, or market structure break. So what I mean by that is higher highs and higher lows. We've talked about that endlessly and shown proof of that on Bitcoin's chart. So go back and watch other previous streams if you don't, or if you're listening on podcasts, go back and listen to previous episodes. And I think, yeah, we start to see that breakout happen maybe late 26 if we're really bullish and there's no black swan events.
Yeah.
But likely early Q1, Q2, 27 is when we start to see that market thrive again. So I get excited. It's not too far away when you consider. And I wait for strength to really go, okay, I'm plowing money in. Like that's the goal.
Yeah, it'll be, it is an exciting time when that happens, because the gains are just so, if you're present in the bear, the gains in the bull are almost, I'm reluctant to say this because I don't want to,
you can't compare.
They're quite easy. Like they really are. Like selling Bitcoin up from 30 something K when I entered all the way up to 120. It was like a dream, man. Just take a bit off at 70, took a bit off at 100, took a bit off at 120. It was like I had a money printing machine for about 2 years.
Yeah.
That's turned off now, and I'm feeling it now. So I'm like, the money machine's off. It's been off for about a year, I'd say, for me. Just the printer where I could shave easily. It got a bit more stressful towards the top, as it should do. And that's a lesson to everyone. You guys, get stressful at the top and get greedy at the bottom, not the other way around. That's the way I think you should feel. But now I'm starting to, from being stressful at the top, I'm like you now, I'm starting to get that little bit of butterflies. You know, you get that little bit of feeling where you go, ooh, like with you with those entries on Tau, you start to look at things and go, we may not be far from a bottom. And even if this isn't the bottom, in about 6 months to say a year, the entries now, you might not, hey, maybe this doesn't break all-time high, but you still might get a 2-3x, which is pretty good, man. If you put 10K and walk away with 30, that starts sounding quite nice, doesn't it? It pays your mortgage for quite some time. So, yeah, I'm starting to get excited now. The tail chart, I actually wanted to make sure I had the right one, and I do. It's a weird-looking chart, eh? Is it quite a new coin?
Yeah, it is. Like you've got macro lower highs here forming over a long period of time. So it is a bit tenser for those who are tuning in and can't see the chart. So Tau is the ticker, a bit tenser as always. I do hold a position in this, just to clarify. Only as of yesterday, I think I got in at about $309 US. So price is now at a mid-range here, Craig. And we are seeing a really nice reaction off the lows here. I mean, NVIDIA CEOs come out and really spoken about as well, and really starting to, like, if this is going to be the AI play of crypto, this could do crazy returns. Like we've seen crazy things happen. I mean, I haven't looked at the market cap actually for where it sits. So let's pull that up because it is always good to compare. If I just pull up, I might have to have a look here. So it currently sits at 28th on the list. So it's currently at 3.5 billion. I haven't actually looked at, is this circulating supply is about 51%. So maybe there's some forced sell pressure in time. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it specifically on the token side. But I mean, there's significant upside there. If this is the one that gets chosen as the AI narrative, then this easily pushes into the top 15. And I mean, top 15 is at 6. So that's only a 2x and it's inside the top 50. You give it a 3x and it moves up with Hyperliquid into the top 10. And I think that's a very fair analysis in the time. As always, not financial advice, but like I think just based on my understanding of how crypto trends work over my last 9 years, like that, if it is chosen as, it reminds me of Sol. Like Sol was $8 to $300 in a bull cycle. Like that's astronomical. And Solana was a top 10 token, right? So you get, like, crypto wealth can be different coming out of a bear cycle like we're talking about. And these opportunities aren't far away. I mean, Hyperliquid's already up 2x off its lows, Craig. So like that's something to really think about. So for me, I mean, I put a tweet up last night and it did over 20K impressions. And it was simply, is the portfolio just going to be Bitcoin, Hyperliquid, and Tau? Does it get any more simple than that? And people are like, yeah, maybe add a couple privacy tokens in there, or the odd other, like something like Layer Zero or whatnot as well. It could be something to check out. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting time, but I mean, like this chart is interesting, but treating it as a range. So the range high being 490, range medium middle sitting at 320 or 330ish, and range low sitting at 160. Please get me back towards $200. I would love that. I only bought a small bag yesterday, but I want to see what kind of happens in the coming hours over the next sort of day or two. If it can receive acceptance above this mid-range at about $326, then yeah, this could start to push back towards these range highs that we have not seen Tau hit since October 25, pretty much the peak of crypto last year. So Tau obviously peaked before that. As Craig said before, the chart only has a history back to sort of February 2024. It's been macro lower highs, but I do think that this is slowly compressing. If you do start to zoom out, Craig, and I pull this on stream, you like look at this candle on a monthly, dude. That is a nuts candle. That is I'm going to say nearly a 2x candle, 80% candle in the month, Craig. So if you start to compress this long enough, this will have a huge. Oops, I just moved my chart. This will have a huge breakout in the months to come, and probably into 2027, based on time. Like again, we could reject from this. We could pump up to this level, reject from here, still consolidate here for a long time. And like I said, if you look at this chart, maybe it's not till April 27 before you do see that real break off launch across a range of different things. So yeah, it's just an interesting one to keep on your radar. It's definitely on my watch list. I've got multiple alerts, as you guys can see literally on the screen. I've got alerts set up for price if it starts to trade back towards those levels. And yeah, just patience. I still think that crypto has sideways, if not down, to go this year. Patience in a bear market. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah,
you never know. But looking at how that bounced off the monthly, you'd think, yeah, you're on the right track, man. Like it's showing strength at a time where not a lot of things are. I mean, I've just added that to my watch list now, so thank you very much.
Hey, there we go. We got him, chat. We got him.
You got me, you dirty dogs. Basically, I don't have a lot on my watch list. I'm a bit like you. I've got privacy coins, Bitcoin. What else have I got? I've got Tau now. I've got Hyperliquid. I've got, surprisingly, silver and gold, which blows my mind.
Well, I bought gold. Yes, I bought gold earlier in the week, actually. Yeah.
So we're on the same page. I've got Pengu just because I hold it, so I'm keeping on it. I've got Doge just as a kind of thermometer for meme coins in a way. And then I've got some equities. I've got XRP just because that moves in interesting ways during bull markets. And it was one of my best trades in the bull. So yeah, I'm like you, man. I've got very limited things I'm looking at. So I don't think you're crazy for having such a small basket. I do as well. Just because I've seen the success I had. Bull sack, what's up, Jizzle? Yeah. I've seen the success I had last bull run when I actually concentrated my efforts into 3 coins or 5 coins. And I did so much better in the first half of the bull run versus the second half. I actually started breaking a few trading rules, and I started because you get greedy. You start,
and there's more opportunities, right? Like you're trading shit on 10 different chains in 10 different ways.
Airdrop, dog coins, and
NFTs. Like you lose track of it all. Like you do.
So maybe this time I have to do it the same way again, but I think possibly track. This is where AI will come in, and this is what I was speaking about yesterday. If I can use AI to track my port, it's going to make my life so much easier when I start getting silly and buying random dog coins on BNB, and it gets so hard to track everything. If I could have AI saying, "Oi, dude, that dog coin's 2x, get out of it," that would have been quite useful for me at the back end of the bull run, where it just got quite like it gets so noisy and you lose track of shite because you've got NFTs, meme coins on 17 different chains. It gets quite tricky to track. I can only imagine what it's like for someone who has a full-time job and has to do this. I mean, I do this full-time and I struggled. So, for someone out there that has a full-time job, maybe AI is going to help them track this. But I'm the same. I'm thinking Bitcoin, Hyperliquid. You probably got me on Tau, and then some privacy coins, man. And then from there, keep your eyes and ears open for meta runners, whatever that might be. I don't know what chain it'll be on. Look, it's probably going to do the similar rotation, right? It's probably going to be Ethereum, Sol, and then obviously AVAX has about a 1 week window where they shill their stuff again. A BNB, no doubt, always has a mini bull run within the bull run of their meme coins. They always do. I'm not saying it will happen exactly the same, but I think that's your subsector metas that you chase. But as Greeny preached time and time again, in and out quick, and go back to your main conviction bags is probably the play, because it's not an all altcoin season again. That's, as Greeny and I have spoken about, it didn't happen this bull run. It's probably not happening again. I don't see a world we live in where all altcoins just pump. Why would that happen?
No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Meme coins destroyed. There's 37 million tokens. Like, attention, people will trade attention now, right? So why would they hold a random altcoin that they don't understand or that they see?
Like a Litecoin. Why?
I mean, Litecoin's more of a meme these days, but I mean,
yeah, actually they rebranded, didn't they?
But like something like AVAX or Link, like, has severely underperformed, no matter the tech that it has and the adoption that it has on change, in terms of a building perspective, not necessarily a user perspective. So business, I mean, I had this conversation yesterday with those two friends as well, and they're deep in the crypto space. So it was not, it's such a rare conversation. There's like only like maybe 5 to 10 people I can have a deep conversation about. Like,
yeah, agreed.
And these guys, they work for a company in Melbourne, and I was having a chat to them about like fundamental trading versus technical trading. It was just so cool to be like, hey, like, they're like, oh yeah, I made X amount of money on this airdrop. I was like, oh shit, man, I made this money on this airdrop. It's like you can't even have that normal conversation with your friends. Like, some of my friends kind of understand a little bit about trading and stuff and crypto, but no, like, you can't talk about on-chain shit with them. Like, you can't talk about a meme coin called Testicle and now you're making money on that, right? Like, even people listening to us on Spotify right now probably are like, Craig just said that. Why is he randomly saying that word? That's a weird, inappropriate word to be saying. But that's attention. That's a meme coin that people have like really personified across Twitter. And it's doing well. It's up to $10 million as of this morning. 10.5, Craig, as of right now.
I'm back in the green, Greeny. Let's go.
Back in the green, mate. That's been a long hold. But yeah, anyways, moving on from Tau, let's move on to Circle. So USDC stablecoin issuer Circle dumped over 18%. I think it's down 20% today. Really good perspective here from Simon. We've actually brought his, we spoke about him earlier in the week as well, one of his tweets. But basically, he thinks this is actually massively bullish. The entire business model is built on keeping the yield generated by their USDC supply. So the Clarity Act essentially gives them a regulatory moat to maintain that model while conveniently being able to stay, just to say they'd love to pass the yield through, but regulators won't let them. The dump was then accelerated by the news that Tether is pursuing a full audit, which threatens Circle's positioning in the US and Western markets as tightly regulated and more trusted alternative to USDT. The race between Tether and Circle just got a lot more interesting, but he goes on to say he's quite bullish on both. I mean, we've spoken about this for a while, Craig. I think Circle really is something that people should be paying attention to. As that stable coin, like, there's like, if you think about stable coins, there's not much else that you could probably buy that represents stable coins, like even on chain. Like, you can't, like, sure, what, you just hold USDC and yield and get staking yield from it. You can do that right now, like, across a range of different platforms. OKX has it, like, you can do it on chain. But like, there's not, like, you want to capture the upside of the adoption of stable coins. How do you do that? Something like this makes a lot of sense, Craig.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, where it says Tether's pursuing an audit, is it pursuing an audit on Circle?
I don't know, or if it's an audit of they're themselves for the Clarity Act. I'm not sure.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Interesting, the fight between these two now,
yes.
Which shows you the value they see in being the one that gets regulatory clarity, so they can be the railway for probably AI.
Yeah, and yield and DeFi. Yeah.
It's a massive. And whoever wins this, both can exist. So we don't need a winner, but they would love to be the winner, or each respective party. This is going to get interesting, man.
Well, if you look,
and good for the space as well. All this stuff is actually good. Clear out all the
so bullish. It's so bullish for crypto. This is so, like, stablecoins is so bullish for crypto.
Probably
and
the most
AI,
important part.
It is. It's going to replace. It will replace currencies. Like, it's pegged to the US dollar. So that's the interesting part. So I'm not 100. Like, it'll be very interesting to see how that works.
True.
And whether it branches out in its own way, that's the real question. I'm not sure. But if you look like USDC dominance is about 3% and USDT dominance about 7%. So it's like Tether has double the amount compared to USDC. When you trade on chain, like most exchanges, I mean, you can choose most exchanges, you can trade either stablecoin. But I trade primarily with like Bybit, for example, or BTCC. Like majority tokens are with USDT Tether. But Hyperliquid is USDC. So that's really interesting, I thought. There's not as many Tether. So they're partnered with the USDC side, whereas other centralized exchanges have the USDT pairs, right? They're more liquid, double the amount of dominance. So yeah, it's an interesting development. And I agree with Simon's take. Like, I think both make sense. Both make sense moving forward. The Clarity Act just makes it probably more clear. And I think, yeah, it's probably bullish. I agree. It's bullish if they get regulation adoption. I think that's very bullish for Tether and Circle as a company. As always, not financial advice. It is the stock. We can't comment on them specifically, but yeah, it's just something that I am interested. I am interested to talk about it because it's happening in real time, and I think that narrative will be a strong narrative moving deeper into crypto.
What's the chart look like?
Yeah, let me pull it up. I mean, it's a huge pullback.
I wouldn't mind a buy on this, man, at some point.
Yeah, we pull it up. So yeah, it's pulled up.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
So it had a big breakout, sort of similar structure, right? You have a descending sort of pattern, and then I don't know if it had bullish divergence down here. I don't know. No bullish divergence. Okay. But yeah, look, I mean, yeah, it had a big breakout. Like it's up 2x from the lows that we saw on February. So it's up 2x from the lows. It did pump about nearly 2.6x off the lows. So I mean, an 18% pullback after a 90% move. Over a 2x move. That's crypto. That reminds me of crypto sort of returns and dumps and volatility. So yeah, it's just interesting, Craig. I mean, we've spoken about this for a while. I think Coinbase also down quite considerably. It looks like it wants to retest sort of levels that we had. It's showing support at 146. It's probably a level that I want to see what price action is doing. Robinhood's actually making new lows as we speak right now. So yeah, I mean, these are tokens that are associated to the world of crypto. So the volatility of crypto is naturally going to impact the volatility of these crypto-based tokens and companies.
I think those coins there, man, I'm getting excited. I think those three you just brought up there versus, say, an altcoin buy, no-brainer.
Interesting perspective.
Surely people are eventually going to click to this, man.
Yeah.
It just seems obvious. Revenue generating and actually required. Mm-hmm. Like for crypto and AI to coexist, these railways need to work. Mm-hmm. These railways need to work, and you can really see upside in them versus, say, something like AVAX. Interesting enough, I saw Beanie put up a tweet. AVAX had reached out to him to do some work, and he publicly was saying, "What's up?" Blah blah blah. So AVAX obviously possibly a bit desperate to get the big fella on board. I might have to try get that guy on one day, He's a bit of a.
Did he sell his account?
I don't know if it's his or not, right? Like maybe he did sell it. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. I might reach out to him and just say, hey, man, let's get you on. He's very controversial. Very controversial. I'm not even saying I've loved all the stuff he does, but he's big in the space. Anyway,
for a long time. Yeah.
But as far as what you're going to put your money in this bull run, I mean, I'm thinking Bitcoin, obviously, for me is an obvious play. But then those like Circle, Robinhood, oh man, they just seem like, and then Tau, they just seem like good on Hyperliquid. Those ones there, man. I mean, I don't think have we ever had a basket of coins that actually have a purpose like that.
Well, I mean, like you think about like maybe take us back to like Solana and Radium. 23, where it was pretty obvious people were going to trade on Solana because it was cheap, it was fast, it was easy.
It just seems like it's that play again where it's like,
are we just, I mean, but it's so like, and I've been tweeting about this too. My concern is that it's a consensus trade. So, but is it a consensus trade in the 2,000 people that are left on crypto Twitter?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, 90%, I don't know percentage wise, I'm just throwing numbers out there, but I'm going to say 70% are gone from what the timeline noise looks like. So even though it's a consensus trade, I think it's only a consensus trade with who's left. So unless you're staying in the space, I mean, if I wasn't on stream with you, I wouldn't have even really, I wouldn't even know Robinhood really as a stock. So I don't think that many have clicked onto this yet. So whoever's listening,
I think there's opportunity in the future. I do think that.
Yeah, so I get excited.
Let's move on to Trump. So overnight, Trump came out and said that Iran gave him a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. It was a significant prize. I'm not going to tell you what that present is, but it was a significant prize. It was oil and gas related. I don't know why I'm even trying to mock it, but it was a very nice thing. Dude is speaking to a 5-year-old with that announcement. Hey, this is an 80-year-old man. Yeah, I mean, like, who knows? I just saw a post earlier that Iran did send another missile, so who bloody knows, man? Who knows what's happening over there? Oh, really interesting. I forgot to bring this up earlier in the show. I mean, actually, no, we got a couple more AI posts here as well. The theme of today is AI in the headline, so I want to not remove that. Really interesting. The Anthropic mini IPO is unfolding, and you already missed a potential 15x return. As always, no financial advice on this channel. This is for education and informational and entertainment purposes only. We're just giving you what's happening in real time, okay? But this is really interesting. A fund, so a stock that was named VCX by Fundrise just went up 1,500% in 5 days on the New York Stock Exchange. It's a fund holding Anthropic 21%, OpenAI 10%, SpaceX 5%, Databricks 18%, and Anduril 7%. The VCX stock has a NAV of 19 per share. This morning it traded at $312. That means that the market is valuing a $650 million fund at $5.4 billion. Investors are paying an 8x premium just to touch these companies. Why? Because most of these are not going public yet, and therefore people want exposure to them, and they will do it in any way they can. But as you can see here, top 10 holdings, we'll pull this up on here, but Anthropic, Databricks, OpenAI, Anduril, Ramp, SpaceX, Epic Games is on there as well. Flock Safety, Five Trend, and Vantra are their top 10 holdings. As always, please do your own research. But yeah, isn't this interesting, Craig? I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Like, people want exposure to these, particularly Anthropic with Claude, and the amount of just continued bullish, like, building that they keep dropping nearly every single day. Very interesting to see this happen. It's no surprise to see this happening, Craig. I mean, I would have looked for something like this as well if I knew it was available, right?
Same. I'm like, how do you get to take advantage of this stuff, man? Like, where was this? Where was this this IPO? How did you get access to this? Do you know?
Well, they must have bought it. They must have bought in as a round or as a seed investor. I don't know. Or they could have bought separately, like OTC. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I'm just commenting on the fact that this has outperformed because it has exposure to those top companies. And I mean, not much has exposure to that top companies, hence why it's outperformed really well.
Yeah, what a great trade. Imagine copying a 15x off the bat. Oh my God.
Imagine like even just throwing like 10 grand in that. That's 150 grand. Bang.
Like the rich get richer, huh?
Oh yeah, dude. The rich get richer. Speaking of continued AI, Disney has canceled their deal with OpenAI. They plan to invest $1 billion in the company and let Sora have access to AI generate videos of characters from Disney, Marvel, and Pixar and Star Wars, but they haven't decided to do that. So that's very interesting as well. OpenAI losing steam. SEC advances plan to exclude most crypto assets from security rules. Probably a bullish take. However, this is obviously going to be very based on the country that you're located in. So Australia might have different rules. So this is something you need to be aware of and stay up to date. But the SEC has submitted a proposal that could remove many crypto assets from securities. Classification pending White House review. Four-part framework aims to distinguish non-security tokens while clarifying when assets may still qualify as investment contracts. It's a very, I mean, fair enough. It's in a what digital assets, like it's a new industry. There's a lot of money involved, 2.5 trillion or just shy of in the crypto world. So yeah, fair enough. They trying to understand what it is and how they should treat it moving forward. I'm going to say US is, I mean, under Trump, the US will lean more friendly. Other countries will just have to wait and see what happens with the regulatory side of it all and how they treat it in-house. But yeah, very interesting. I mean, it's bullish that they're treating it more as a commodity rather than a security. So we'll wait and see how that story continues to evolve. We spoke about this yesterday, but Polymarket and Kalshi race to self-regulate as Congress targets insider trading. Both Polymarket and Kalshi both published enhanced insider trading rules on March 23. So that was 2 days ago. This same day, senators introduced the first bipartisan bill to regulate prediction markets. High-profile cases have drawn congressional and CFTC attention. Kalshi opened 200 investigations in the past year, penalized multiple traders, while Polymarket partnered with Palantir to build surveillance systems and signed a regulatory service agreement with the National Futures Association. Craig, No surprise to see that. We spoke about that yesterday and the day before. I mean, last week as well. Like, yeah, I mean, it's prediction markets is gambling. That's sports betting. Like, you can't have insiders do that, or it needs to be regulated to a certain point, right? Like, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I wonder how much they're actually going to be able to squash insider trading, and how much they actually want to. Do they really want to? Probably only from a government perspective, from pressure from above. Like, otherwise, why would they care, right? Interesting. I mean, I think this has to happen, and it will happen. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't really know what to say about it, other than, yeah, it's about time. But like, I don't. Does the little guy even ever win on this stuff? I don't know. I think insider trading is just always going to exist, huh?
Yeah, it always has. It all. And
how do you prove it? How do you? Yeah, I don't know. Good luck.
Yeah, not my problem. Not my problem.
Good luck. I'm like, ooh, yeah.
It's funny you brought this article to me today too, because I actually saw this tweet. But Peter Schiff, in the early months of the 2008 global financial crisis, gold crashed 32%, about 40% of its prior bull market gain. After gold bottom, it surged 178% over the next 3 years. Gold nearly hit $4,100 US, and that was a few days ago now, down 27%, about 40% of its gain since the $2,000 mark. A surge in 178% from that low would put gold at $11,400 US. Craig, I actually bought gold, as I said, recently, because I saw value there. I was like, you know what, it's done quite aggressively. Trying to continue to just treat this as a very bullish asset. I was like, you know what, I'm happy to cop a little bit here. The fact you can buy it on chain now is crazy as well, right? The fact I can buy it on Hyperliquid or buy it somewhere else is just absolutely nuts. It is crazy. So, I mean, if we do quickly have a look here, it has obviously pulled back quite substantially, came into some critical levels, and has continued high from there. So, yeah, I love to see it. Yeah, dude. I mean, Peter Schiff pumping my gold bags. Love to see it.
11,000 gold. Imagine
that. A $10,000 gold. What?
Yeah. Interesting comments from him. I'm guessing he's talking sort of in the last sort of 4 years it had that bounce, didn't he? So he's not really like, time is important, I guess, on that prediction.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people get. And I mean, it comes back to what we speak about often on this channel and on this show is people can understand price and people can set levels for price, but sometimes price doesn't play out the way you want it, because time starts to be more of a factor, right? And so it's a common thing with even Bitcoin right now, right? Like, the big thing for me is not necessarily where price goes for Bitcoin, it's time. And if time starts to show me, Craig, that Bitcoin isn't going below 60K ever again, well then shit, man, I'm just going to buy rather than hoping that it's going to a certain price. And that's why so many people get wrecked in a bull market. And that's why so many people get wrecked in a bear market, because they value their analysis on price. They don't value it on time. And I think if you balance time and price, as we talk about on this show, you'll win far more than you lose. So I think that's really interesting as well. And I agree that he's basically saying that it could, if it performs like it did in 2008 after the global financial crisis, in theory, it could be worth $11,000 in 3 years' time. Really interesting. Last article today, a little bit closer to home. Australian pension fund hosts plus eyes crypto offering for self-directed accounts. Bloomberg. I mean, we've spoken at length about it previously last year about what do you call them? Super accounts being huge, self-managed super funds.
Yeah.
But dude, it's scary, because I've spoken with people in the past about, dude, people were holding meme coins with their funds, with their super, and I was like, how do you get approval to be able to do that? That's what I thought. Who? Well, like, so SwiftX and CoinSpot and OKX, they all have approval to have a managed super fund on the platform. It's up to the user with what they purchase.
Is it? Yeah. Is it up to the user? Well, you can get anything you like with it.
Not anything, but a bunch of
the approved coins.
So how it works is it's at least on one exchange, I won't name it, but on one exchange, and what I understand is you apply for a super account, you then bridge your money, or bridge is such a crypto term. You then transfer your money from your super account to that account in Aussie cash.
I'm doing this later today, Greeny.
In Aussie cash to that account, and then you can buy whatever is accessible on that exchange under your super account. So, Craig, dude, I see so many people. Dude, it is way too risky. And like, I'm not,
I wouldn't do that with meme coins, man.
Dude, there's people that have like tens of thousands of dollars
okay.
meme coins, and I was like, no, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, dude, no. Like,
I think someone in GTG had Pengu under their.
oh, dude. Oh, really? I didn't see that, but like, I've just seen it. Dude, that's great. Like, you cannot hold, like, I mean, not financial advice. I mean, I'm not going to comment on it. I'm just going to say it is extremely stupid to hold, like, super, particularly for someone like me, is still like a 30-year period away, right? So for me, I'm actually like, I dabble too much in crypto that I'm not even phased about crypto in my super. I would much rather kind of keep my super elsewhere. And that's what I've actually been doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I see people start to make decisions like that, I go, look, stop chasing. Like, dude, you're using your retirement money to gamble on low cap meme coins. Like, bro, please reconsider that strategies. But anyways, here we go. I mean, it's a money making scheme. It's a money making scheme. And shout out to the businesses and the exchanges that are doing this and realize, oh, we can get away with this. It's crazy. It's crazy.
This is going to be bullish for crypto, though.
Well, I mean, yeah,
on a whole.
Yeah, I mean, it puts more buy pressure on it, right? It puts more buy pressure on it.
Like, I'm sure the problem you have, or maybe not the problem, the bullish part is you probably get a whole bunch of 30-year-olds who, like, actually, you're the perfect age group for it, that have a bit of super and are probably have a high risk tolerance. But I think a lot of them...
Yeah, mine's on high growth already.
But they're going to... a lot of them are probably going to blow their supers, man.
100%.
Like, whereas people like me in our 40s, I think the 50-year-olds in the room plus will be resistant to this because there's not as much time.
Correct.
So for me being 40, for me, I'm like, my super, I don't mind dabbling in crypto with my super, but I'd be very selective how much of my super and what it was. But at the bottom of Bitcoin, as close to the if I could get between 50 and 60K Bitcoin as a buy with my super, I'm very keen to do that, but not as keen to go anything else more exotic than that, man, because I would hate to see that get torched.
Oh, same, man. Like, my super's above average, I think, for my age, but that's because teachers' supers is aggressive. So
yeah, that's great.
Other jobs. But really interestingly, remember when you could take your super out, or some people could apply to take their super out during COVID? And
I didn't. All my mates did. Yeah, all of them. Because you could get 10K and 10K, I think. So
yeah, I didn't touch mine, but I was like, I mean, people would. For me, I would much rather stay more liquid now. That it is like I think I can make more money, and also would rather like try and build more of a asset class now than wait for retirement. But I think it's important to have. But I want to live now, bro. I don't want to wait till I'm 60, and you don't know. Like you might die before you even get to 60. Right. You don't know, right? So why? Like, I'm a big believer in diversification and in balance, right? And thinking about it in a range of different ways. So yeah, Craig, that's at least my thoughts around it all. But yeah, dude, I've seen some people make, I mean, we can comment on people making decisions with their super. We can comment on people doing so many dumb things that I've seen so many times. I mean, abstract is another great example of that.
Imagine your super going to that. I remember my mate, when he drew out a super, he bought a Harley Davidson during COVID.
Oh my God, dude, what is, I
mean, imagine buying a Harley. Oh man!
I mean, if you're liquid in your cash, or maybe you're debt free, or
he was not. He's not
sure.
Liquid, no.
Okay, well then that does.
He had no money, and then he got a chance to buy a Harley, and he did.
That's so silly. I mean, people want to. Hey, you want to live your life and enjoy it. That's fine. Cool. I mean, great show today, guys. As always, thanks for watching. If you are listening back on any of our podcast show, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or everywhere else, be sure to click follow. We're live every day, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It has changed, daylight savings changed, and obviously 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time here. Brisbane time, for those that maybe don't know, AEST, but Brisbane time is what you can base it on, 9 a.m. And yeah, give us a follow, rate us 5-star. We very much appreciate it. And we're trying to grow across multiple platforms. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a subscribe. It's completely free. We're live every day. You can go back and watch all of our streams over the past couple of years as well on the channels. We need to set up a Market Mates YouTube channel, Craig. We need to do that in the coming week or two. But yeah, as always, if you're watching on Twitter, click a follow as well. We very much appreciate it. Or if you're watching on Twitch or Kick, drop a follow as well. We very much appreciate it as well. Craig, mate, have a lovely, what day is it? Wednesday? Have a lovely Wednesday.
Wednesday for the, you have a great Wednesday. And yeah, guys, we'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. Thanks for everyone pulling up. And yeah, Greeny, you have a great day as well.
Thanks, mate. Thanks,